third spot.
Meanwhile, we go back to the front of the field because David Gravel, brilliant trouble. Oh my, what a wicked crash for Carson Macedo. And a quick look at the Dirt Vision replay as Macedo's car just turned straight to the right at the apex of the corner and then tumbled end over end.
Going for a big ride, Cal.
Yeah, just cut it too close there with the GTD car of Patrick Lindsay. You can see the aftermath just goes up and on his leg. Lucky to survive that one. Car's back out there, but now in the garage area for other electrical issues, we believe.
Now, it's not the first time this year he's...
The 24 on board with Byron DeFore through the tri-oval. He's cut down a tire and then he loses that tire right in the tri-oval. Gets sideways, upside down. Remember, this is about 190 miles an hour when this starts to happen. Wild shots here.
What it is, still a great run.
Problems along the front stretch. Daniel Suarez gets sideways, then he gets clipped by two other cars, and it's going to be Chris Busch's car flipping in the infield grass as it barrel rolls a half a dozen times before it finally comes to rest on its roof. Tremendous problems along the front stretch here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The 16th yellow flag of the day.
The green flag is back out. Side.
Buddy Kofoid works the bottom, not going away, side by side, dead even as they head back to turn number one. Side by side for third, David Gravel takes it away from Macedo.
Macedo and Sweet come back at Gravel. Kofoid staying with James McFadden, now looking for the lead down low in 3 and 4. This time by 4 laps to go.
McFadden slams the door right in Kofoid's face. Now he spins the tires. Kofoid trying to get grip. They're 3 wide back there for the position as Sheldon Haudenschild enters the top 5 as well.
Sheldon Haudenschild ripping the cushion, running out of time. 3 laps to go. James McFadden leading it over Buddy Kofoid. David Gravel, but now Sheldon Haudenschild around Gravel. Haudensschild's going to make it close here in the closing 2 laps.
He's got maybe enough time as the top 2 run the bottom. Sheldon ripping the top. He's coming after them. 2 laps to go for $100,000. He's up in the cushion and we're side by side nearly for the lead. Here comes Sheldon Haudenschild into the mix. He's ripping the high side.
White flag will wave. 1 lap to go and Sheldon Haudenschild has caught the leaders as they roll into turn number 1.
Haudenschild third to first in 1 set of turns. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Everybody at Houston Speedway on their feet.
Checkered flag will wave and Sheldon Haudenschild wins $100,000 in the final lap at Houston Speedway.
The race-winning move in turns 1 and 2, not 1 pass, but a pass of 2 cars for $100,000. Sheldon Haudenschild wins the High Bank Nationals presented by Billion Automotive.
Race of the 2022 ARCA Menard Series East season. There's a great battle and problems already. Last year's winner Max Gutierrez getting turned sideways. Wow, tough break for Max Gutierrez early in the going, even tougher. And as I say that, caution flag. Ooh, looks like there may have been some contact between Christian and Max Gutierrez.
You see it right there. Wheel lock up and just spun around trying to stay off of his teammate in front of him. And then when he gets
a long line of trucks, you see the smoke up ahead of Zane Smith.
Half a car length to the leader, Logano. He's got to go to the bottom. And he can't get there, and he wrecks Logano. Logano blocked. Logano moved down blocked. I hate to say it. He was under him and got a pretty big block right there. You knew it was going to be aggressive. And
yeah, that's what happens when you have a lot of contact.
That was a huge hit.
I bet he has to come back to pit road. That's what you have when you have differing
back of everybody, and something broke on that truck.
Yeah.
An awkward angle that it just turned on him.
Impact into the outside wall.
Definitely struggling with right rear and not having enough pressure in there.
Oh, and just a mess after that.
Jason White took some contact there. Continuing to lead. Ankrum taking a look outside. Eckes comes up the block. The white flag is out and now the yellow.
Is that going to be the race because the white came out?
Yes, I think it's a race. I believe that Zane Smith is going to be the winner.
The white flag did come out. He waved, the flagman waved.
Oh, Jason White slides up and gets...
Again, the 44 of Chris Wright. I mean, White and Wright.
Behind you would have been trouble, I think.
We're still under caution. 56 laps to go from Daytona. See Greg Van Alst on the outside. Daniel Dye.
Another viewer that Will Kimmel, 68, got a little piece of that. Maybe not a great deal of damage to Will's car. But I'm really curious to see what happened with the leaders. See, there's a 55.
Yeah, he's locked on Dave Mader.
And that's Dave Mader pushing him to caution's out right now. They go by Daniel Dye, and they're not done yet. Dave Mader continuing to push the 55 of Parker Chase into the 35 of Greg.
Now in the fourth spot, and there's contact. Drew Dollar hard into the wall.
I think her
or another, and obviously it caught the 18 and those guys off guard and got our first wreck of the day. 2 cars that were in the top 10.
And the first time you'll hear this, but not the last, throughout the course of the next 2 races is the accordion.
It's coming from the Collick stables.
And
there goes a spinner. Coming on to pit road, I believe that's the one of Sam Mayer. He lost the bumper cover. We stay green. Can he?
Oh.
Man, C.J. McLaughlin just got shot out of the draft there. And when he came back up, all bets were off.
21's going to come with a huge shove.
They are 2 and 3 wide behind him. Crossover, that's comes. Austin Hill in the 21. Big crash, up and over. Caution is out. That's Myatt Snyder.
Pit stops and 1 spin.
Yeah, everybody just kind of scattered. Everybody just scattered waiting on the caution there.
Here's the radio chatter.
Linked off that right-hand side.
Come off the corner, the car got light exactly like I was talking about. Man, it went over too. I was right. Dang it. A lot of good down too. Here's more from an ARCA driver.
Hey NASCAR fans, I'm Amber Balkan.
Crash out of turn 4. 1 car got sideways into the wall, and half a dozen cars are in it, including Joey. Look at
momentum.
Yeah, you saw Kevin kind of move to the outside, and Larson was trying to tee him up, square him up, so it was a good bump draft, and they both hit at an angle and spun him around.
And you could see how the exhaust pipes out of the...
Oh, crash! Stenhouse in the wall. And Chris Buescher with him. Whose grandfather won the Indy 500 as a car owner. Cindric is going to bring them to the line way up high to block Ryan Blaney, and at the line Cindric beats Bubba Wallace by half a car length, and they crash going into turn 1.
and give Rob Huff the amount of time that he deserves. So just to report on free practice 2. That will be why then.
Yeah, Mike in 53, 88 Audi is Uai Hung, and they have come to grief quite spectacularly and blocked the circuit.
Yeah, completely blocked. And that's the first collision that we've seen. Slow down, everybody.
He's got problems. This is how it all started. So around goes...
Fairly innocuous.
Yeah, 88 of Uai Hung, and then Maiken arrives on the scene and gives him a head-on. And that's it, trap blocked.
Fairly innocuous, following back for another little go.
Red flag, and that's understandable because the road has got debris all over it, and the track is going to have to be swept. The car is going to have to be recovered. So with just 5 minutes done, red flag, session stopped.
And now we're going to see what happens. So I'll come back to this point in a moment. But
it's a big hit into the wall, and the rear of the car ripped off, and I don't think that's going to be out for the rest of the weekend because that effectively has taken the whole of the rear suspension and the engine off the car. Yellow flag zone because there's a car well in the wall, red flag, and that'll be the end of the session with only a minute to go, but there's a car in the wall.
Brian Lee?
Timetable this weekend. That's how Brian Lee ended up in the wall, just slightly wide, wheel on the dirt, lost traction, and the car, quicker than he knows, flicks across the road, headbutts the wall, And we're going to get a red flag straight away, because there you can see in the wall the Mercedes of Chan Chen Shan, and 66 has got involved in that, Min Hang.
And get a chance to see what happened. The 88 car goes round, it's blocking the circuit. This is inevitable. Only a light touch, but there just wasn't the way through, was there?
And it's a blind corner, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, only as he turns round it, all of a sudden, Min Hang. Very badly damaged car as well that's going to stop the session. Henry Lee Jr., he's taken the rear suspension off, there's debris all over the road, and he's okay, wriggling clear of the car. Looks around to see if anybody else is involved in that, but with debris on the road, it's going to have to be attended to. Henry Lee Jr., who was all smiles before the session, gets out of the car and runs for a place of safety, but the car up against the wall, Mandarin too wide, lost the back, hit the wall there, so he's already got broken suspension as the car spins, and then hits the barrier again and again and again, and ends up on the racetrack. So there's a double waved yellow, but they are trying to get through this without a stoppage.
There's quite a bit of hardware on this.
Is that at Lisboa? I think it is.
I think it is, yeah.
And that's not going very much further,
Or
I don't
is it
think.
Melco?
No, it's Lisboa.
Is it? Okay. We're about to see it. Oh, goodness.
So 77 it is, which is Wang Yuming, rides the back of the car ahead, breaks the suspension, ends up towards the timing line. The lights are about to change. It's going to be 7 laps then to get the Galaxy Entertainment Macau GT Cup Race 1 underway. There's contact straight away as Imperatori goes between the Mercedes. He comes to the outside line. There's drama in the background. Darrell Young is involved. There's mayhem into the first corner. Adley Fong is involved in all of that as well. There's going to be a stoppage. And so as Eduardo Mortara gets himself through the debris.
Yeah, wasn't there?
Yeah, but it was Adley Fong going for a gap between Darrell Young and Min Hang. That was the pinch point. So he got involved, spat Heng around. Then Frankie Cheng's Audi goes around. Darrell Young into the barrier, Adley Fong into the barrier. The barrier is damaged. There are 4 cars badly damaged. But yeah, I'm afraid, wag the finger at Adley Fong for going for a gap that was. Oh.
That is a big impact, and unfortunately, the rear of the car facing the wrong way. The good news is that the driver is climbing out of the car, and we've got a stricken car and a fair bit of debris to do.
The end of the lap, and it was all self-induced as around and hard into the barrier went Ken Wong, number 77.
Day and into Lisboa, nose in to Lisboa. It's all gone rather wrong down there. Can't identify the car as yet, but it's going to require a bit of help.
Yeah, Patrick Sang getting it wrong and does clean the back of Henry Lee's car, so that's one corner broken. There's nowhere he can turn, and the trajectory puts him straight into the tyre stack. So having missed yesterday's race because of damage in qualifying, he's heating, a 1/10 of a second between them, and there with lots of flame coming out of it is an Audi that I don't think you're going to see to it. Now let's have a look. Oh, he just arrived far too quickly.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a massive hit, totally airborne, and then it hits the barrier again. The fire's already started. But that was a massive hit, wasn't it?
372.
Whoa, contact there. The leader in traffic gets in the back of the back marker, fires him into the wall, and Wang Jinchun's race is coming to an end with the frontal damage, and that puts Chu Hu Fong into the race lead. But the back mark
on the restart, this is what happened. The 66 car, yep, the very urgent driving from the race leader, unfortunately clipping the back of the car that was about to go a lap down, and that car
armor there, and big damage, I'm afraid, to the Peugeot. There's a wheel off the Mini, so number 7 is in strife. Lu Man Fai, you've got the Iptak Meng Peugeot, well, bits of it, setting off, and that Mini must have had a brake problem because it never slowed at all. Harpooned was the Peugeot, both into the tyres, but number 7, that Cooper S of Lu Man Fai, just did not away from the team leader and keeping Huff at bay. Whoops, drama in the background. There's another of the Lincoln Co's in the wall. Is that Sonny Wong possibly that's got it wrong? think it might have been. So in the wall, it is a car with lots of frontal damage. I think it was Sunny Wong. Right, and a replay here of what happened to Sunny Wong. He tried to go around the outside of the Audi. I think that was all self-induced, but he just got on the marbles, lost traction, and that was a hard hit, headbutt to the wall. But as you say, it's quite a broken car.
Tong. Oh, and right at the end, a problem for the number 3 car. So contact left-hand side of the car. The car is going nowhere else.
Safety car is going to put him right onto the tail of the leader. That, I fear, is the Alfa Romeo that has bashed the barrier. So out of the race, therefore, is Yu Long, and that's how he did it. Similar to the accident we had in the earlier GT race, but he's absolutely smashed the left front corner. So Lo Si Ho from Wong gets up the inside, and he's going to go through to 4th place. Chen Qiong drops back. So Felipe drama in the background, big slide into the barriers. There goes the Honda. That is Jason Mock, and that's going to possibly bring another interruption to the race, isn't it? Because he, on cold tyres, wanted to give the place back. Lo Si Ho wasn't prepared to accept that. Jason Mock just got it wrong on his cold tyres, buried his foot to try to drag it round, and then found himself staring at the wall, and kaboom!
Oh dear.
He pulls away from Ryan Wong, and he's right there on the back of the Hyundai, which now gets sideways, and he's off in the barriers in spectacular fashion. Lo Si Ho's car is destroyed. He's hit again by Ryan Wong, who had nowhere to go. He's hit again by other traffic. The road is virtually blocked, and on the last lap of the race, the red flag comes out. Andy Yan had got the race lead coming into Lisboa.
A very destroyed car. Yeah, that really is a sad sight to see. Let's have a look at it again. Well, impossible to say from here, but the absorption of the energy and the disintegration of the car is a sad sight to see, isn't it? And then there's another hit, an unavoidable hit coming for the car.
Yeah, Ryan Wong saw it all ahead of him, but just didn't know which way to go, I think.
That's part of the reason you don't see a lot of mechanics that race these days. And really, you know.
Oh, Spencer Baston.
Caught all of that on film as it came around.
Last year's race.
He's going to succeed. Big move late by Briscoe. Might have just saved the rest of his race night.
Instant replay as you look at our speed shot camera. Rewind here at the Chili Bowl.
Pickens back in the corner up.
Contact and around and nearly upside down. See where Mitchell Davis shakes out. Caution flag. One upside down on the front straightaway. And that's the 0 of Derek Schaefer.
Now we're going to get a caution as somebody played Sky Pilot in the corner, and it was Joey next that corner. But Labundy running just hard line. Big tumble front straightaway, Colin White, as we're going to bring this race to a stop. Carried that wheel stand a long ways before trying to settle her down, getting her up and over. A second look at it from Annie. Make the pass. Cannot before the yellow lights come on.
Big time in turn 2.
Look at the upper rail on the left. Wow.
That thing's almost
shot over here in the corner, and watch the high groove, and we're adding that to the gravity count.
Side of the racetrack, got up on the bike. Still Mariah Eade. In comes Jake Boo back. Thank you. And upside down goes Mariah Eade. That car did not go, and now he's got a problem. Hard into the wall and upside down. Something broke.
Stack up in 1 and 2 and try to drive through it. So far, so good. No blood, no foul until the blood happens right there. And it's Jackson bouncing around.
He's going to get credited with starting 3rd. He's got work to do to try and salvage his night in the early going, and Dylan Welch. And he's not happy about it. Oh,
man. Stubblefield up, and it allows Cummins to get away from him. Up and on his top. Kurt Stellhorn has not had the greatest heat race. Andy Canfield Jr. is, we're going to put one in the wall right off the very end. To figure out how to do that for him. As we go green, they're 3 wide in the corner. Settle, and no settling. Up top, opened up for Brannigan Rourke. Who, same problem getting into the 3 he had last time.
Oh, no. My goodness.
So progress made for a couple of the veterans in the back, and whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, after Jacinto, who's fallen off the pace here. Jacinto that's the 6th, and it's a big one over in the corner. Sparkage big time up and off the wall as everybody else trying through the corner. Like a pogo stick through the corner. Went Logan Seavey style on the wall, but couldn't nail 5 laps to go.
Oh boy,
somebody went
big time upside down.
You saw that coming down the front straight.
Already up into fourth, and what a start.
Field is coming.
Larson still, that's the first car he's passed from the back of the field. That's not going to be good for either of them.
No.
Contact made. Wow. Well, they were right when they said there's a lot of moisture in J.J. Yaley from the third row. They're going to bounce, they're going to stall, and we're going to stop. Off the right rear tire of McClellan coming in through the turn.
He gets a good run. Turn 4, that's going to be big. Jesse Love hard into the outside wall. Men's just got tight. It looked like they're off the bottom and really gave Jesse Love no choice.
I believe.
Just as he comes onto it, and man.
Yeah, self-inflicted, unfortunately. I doubt it 1 and 2 is just a car and a hair wide, although Johnson tried stuffing her in and goes for a ride in turn number 3.
Yeah, Bill left the door open, and yep, you can read the bottom of the belly. 1 and 2 getting racy here in heat race 4.
It got real
we got one
for him.
upside down, and that's Josh Balicki. Big time flip down the back straightaway.
Airborne at the wrong time. Big tumble for him as he bounces off the fence right before the rod end supply sign. Grant doing everything he can not to jump that start. He got a gigantic advantage, and yeah, that's big time. Knocked the hood off.
Well, the Rowdies gave him a standing ovation as he'll make his way back up to the ramp. But that car, for the lack of better terms,
nose back in, down to the bottom of 3, but Ryan Timms trying to get clear of the 40 car. There was some airtime coming through the corner at the back of the field. That's Kurt Blackaby in the replay.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Left front over right rear, and that'll do it.
Look at the divot in the right down tube up in the halo area. That's going to come right there.
He just kept climbing the fence, too, as well. And starting spot in the back of a B main. And obviously, we got one looped around, tipped over Gage Rucker, and that's going to bring out, he's got a hole in the oil tank. Look at that, just spewing it off of 4. Hernandez is going to win. Urbanowski makes a mistake underneath, drag race to the line, and for the transfer spot upside down goes Urbanowski, and at the stripe, he'll be credited with the 4th and final transfer spot.
Like 7 spots in 1 lap for Hernandez, putting himself in position. Hernandez punched the wall. Commentator's curse in stereo down the front straightaway, and Hernandez up and over the top.
I mean, we were really good there on the start, got a lot of spots, and I just
right up to the back tail tank of Ryan Timms. Will he pull the move in 1 and 2? He does. Justin Grant upside down on the front straightaway running 3rd.
That same wreck we've seen up and along the front stretch a couple of times bites Justin Grant.
From our IMOX spring. Wow. So we had a big time rollover winner of this one. Up on the bike. Look out. Isaiah Vasquez couldn't quite get it set down.
Gave it everything he had.
And we'll chalk that one up on the flip count.
47 now, I believe.
Speed shot cam, top of your screen. Oh yeah, you went over.
He definitely.
Second J feature is out and about. Chambers and Schaefer, your front row. We got one upside down. 7 car down to the bottom. The caution flag is out around the speedway. We've got one upside down. Just a long way around. It's getting eaten alive. Glenn Stiers gets contact with Kyle Simon. We got one upside down in the back of the field, and that's the 56 Mitch there.
In the black with white, number 16.
Upside down goes CJ Starna.
Tell us exactly how it went down. The watchman in the corner. It was Reimer getting up over the back. I want to say if Kentz or Edwards going into that corner. Payson throws down a 12-1. Davis a 12-4. So Davis now going to have to pick up 2 tenths.
Spencer Bason's upside down. Spencer Bason bikes it in 3 and 4 and stuffs the nose of that thing hard into the wall.
Nearly the same spot he went upside down in practice on Sunday.
Here's what happened.
Both of them upside down.
As Tanner falls out of the transfer spot, McIntosh with a haymaker. Here's Teamez, and upside down goes Thomas Mesrol at the checkered flag.
And they were both in a transfer spot.
That was Cannon McIntosh trying to take the spot from you. Of course it was Cannon. Can't drive Cannon McIntosh.
Tucking down on the low side, Corey Day.
We got one upside down, guys.
And that's Michael Pickens on the top side of turn 3. Yeah, you can see the color on that right rear tire. Just look how easy he has to get into the corner.